Hey everybody, this is Jim West with Carolina Varsity. I want to talk a little bit about the 3A Greater Neuse Conference. This consists of 5 Johnston County teams along with East Wake. Um, I think this is going to be a conference that 5 teams could win. It would not surprise me. The only team that I see has no shot whatsoever winning the conference is Smithfield-Selma. And I think even the guys at Smithfield-Selma would probably agree that it'd be a miracle if they won the conference. They've been struggling for years and years now. At one time they were a powerhouse. Back one time, a guy named Jack Gaster was the head coach, and they had some success under him, and actually had some success after him. But it's been kind of slim pickings since then. Number one right now in the conference I got is the Clayton Comets. I think they have the best defense. They're going to be able to move the ball down the field also, but their defense is probably the best. And I always like a stout defense. If you have a good defense, you're going to win some games. And I think moving from 4A to 3A is going to help out Clayton a lot. And the reason why I pick them as number one in this conference. Number two, I'm going with Cleveland. They lost their quarterback, but if they can get a good, viable replacement for the quarterback that graduated, they could win this conference. They're not that far behind Clayton. Their defense is maybe not quite as good, but it's pretty darn good. So keep an eye out for Cleveland. Number three, got to go with I had West Johnston on there, and I don't know if they're really going to be 3. I might move them down to 5 and move South Johnston to number 3. I think South Johnston's, if their defense gels, they could win this conference. If it doesn't, they could finish 5th. I think it comes down to their defense. I think their offense is just as good as anybody. Scoring has not been a problem. It won't be a problem this year. So keep an eye out for South Johnston. I had East Wake at 5, but I'm going to move them up to number 4. This is a sleeper team. This team has been not too good recently, but it's going to be a veteran team. I think their defense is going to be good enough. They're going to stop the opponents from scoring at all cost, and their offense it looks good enough where they're going to be able to score, and they might may upset a couple teams. So keep an eye out for East Wake. I'm going to go with West Johnston at 5. They lost a lot of talent, and I just don't know if they're going to have enough depth to replace this talent. They're going to be a young team, and I think an inexperienced team, and I just don't see much good coming out of this team this coming year. Except, and I'll say this again, there is talent on this on this team, but I think a lot of things going to have to be aligned in the right position. So I'm going to move them down to 5th. However, weird things can happen, and there's still a chance that they can win this conference. It would not surprise me if they did. Number 6 has got to go with Smithfield-Selma. It's going to be hard sledding. They just don't have the depth or the talent to compete with the other teams in this conference. This is Jim West with Carolina Varsity, and thank you so much for listening to me.